That's a good one. Okay, can we just have a moment of silence for this can? I don't know, there's like a mixed metal situation happening here. Okay, so this is a wine by Ava Grace Vineyards. It is a fruity, crisp, delicate rosé from California, and I got this at Safeway in Seattle. Slow clap, Safeway in Seattle. You're nailing it. Thought I was being all like cool and smart by going to Whole Foods and getting canned wines. Then I just stumbled into a Safeway and they had like 5 times the canned wines that Whole Foods had. So I've vinoed this and it actually has really fantastic ratings. With notes of red berries, apricot, and watermelon, you'll love every sip. So I realized that rosé is kind of like a summer thing, but it's still technically summer until I believe September 23rd. So today's all about playing with new products, new makeup. A lot of the stuff I've tried a little bit, but I haven't gotten a chance to use it a lot. So I wanted to just use it on camera for you guys. I'm starting with a fresh face. I have not even any moisturizer on because I wanted to use my hyaluronic acid. This is something that I'm using day and night and it's supposed to be amazing. I feel like it's doing great things for my skin. I really love it because you'd think when you put it on that it would be kind of like greasy, but it's not. It absorbs really quickly into the skin, so much so that I'm like, I guess my skin is hydrated. It must be. And then I always seal it in with a moisturizer. But anyway, I like to start my makeup routine with this. This particular hyaluronic acid is from The Ordinary, and I talked about this in a recent video that I did. One of you guys actually told me that you're supposed to apply this on top of damp skin, which admittedly I'm not doing at the moment. And then I'm just gonna seal that in with my 4th Ray Glow Up Face Oil. This is just a really beautiful light face oil, and I feel like it's just perfect right before makeup application because it's gonna give you a nice moisturized dewy base, but it's not going to be super heavy. Also rub that all over my lips. So the first like very brand new thing I want to talk to you guys about is a set of brushes. This was sent to me by Lisa J Makeup. Guys, this brush set, I don't even know how to begin. This set of brushes is by BK Beauty. This is a makeup brand that has been launched by Lisa J Makeup. If you guys don't watch her channel, what are you doing? Look at your life and look at your choices. I have some nice brushes, okay? You guys know I love Luxie brushes. I've got a few MAC brushes. I kind of have a hodgepodge of different brands. I haven't really invested in just a super high quality set of brushes that I'm excited to use every day. This is that collection. This collection can be broken up into 2 separate collections. You have your eye brushes and you have your face brushes. This is a 5 brush set. This is a 4 brush set. I am going to be using these today. I have been using them the entire last week. I'm obsessed with these. I know you can't like jump through the screen and feel this with your fingers, but let me tell you, this is literally the softest brush I've ever felt. I feel like I'm putting a bunny on my face. That's how I feel when I use this. Do you want a bunny on your face? I think you do. This face brush set I am absolutely obsessed with. So it comes with a foundation brush, a powder brush, a blush brush, and then a bronzer brush. Now, I think she actually has like very, very specific names for these. I'm probably butchering them, but I am going to link her video down below. That is an extensive explanation of all of her brushes. So you should definitely check that out because I'm not going to get quite as detailed about it. But these are the most aesthetically pleasing brushes I've ever seen. But on top of that, if you're a makeup artist, they're perfect. If you're a person who's just starting out in makeup, I think these are fantastic as well because you kind of can't mess up with these. You can get the face and the eye sets separately, or you can get them in one collection, and I believe that's called the Essentials set. That's what I have here today, and that's what I'm going to be using. I just want to show you up close how stunning these brushes are down to the handle. I mean, that's a brush that you want to pick up every day. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't just like all right, I'm grabbing the brush. This is like, damn, girl, I'm gonna use you and you're gonna like it. So we're gonna delve into foundation. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I talked about this in a recent video. It is a medium coverage foundation that has a skin-like finish. And I am actually going to mix it with this little sample I have of Dior. This is my sample I brought along with me in case I got tan in Alaska. I don't know if you noticed, but like I'm a little bit tan. So also if I want my foundation like a little bit dewier or something in between a medium and a dewy. I like to mix in a little bit of like tinted moisturizer like foundation. So now I'm going to blend this in with my BK Beauty 101, which is her foundation brush. I'm telling you, it's like a bunny's patting my foundation in. You guys know I don't really use brushes to blend my foundation in. I mean, you usually see me using a sponge. This blends my foundation so flawlessly. Does that not look like basically my face but better? I love doing my makeup, right? But there are certain things you love more than others. And I have to say, sometimes foundation application is not my favorite. It's like the most important thing because you want it to look flawless and natural. But at the same time, sometimes it's like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. This makes it like an event, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like this is more of a ritual. I actually am gonna just use that Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation as my concealer as well. So my go-to concealer recently has been my ColourPop No Filter Matte Concealer, but even that, sometimes I feel like an old apple witch just putting it under my eyes. I can see all these fine lines and creases, and then once I put my powder on, I mean, it's like I want something to brighten and really get in there, but I don't want to look like George Burns on his deathbed. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the look we're going for. Also just patting that into my eyelid. Okay, that's actually kind of killing it as a concealer too. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with my ColourPop blush sticks in the shade More is More. This is one of my favorite new cream blushes. This has a little bit of sheen to it. I'm really digging on it for a dewy glow. Now I'm going to use the BK Beauty 102, which is for powder, and I'm going to be using that. You knew I was going to do it. I'm pulling out that Becca Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh powder. Guys, it hasn't lost its coolness yet. Oh God. It's like softness and coolness at the same time. Could you ask for more? So something that my friend Stephanie Marie told me is that this is also fantastic for brushing away extra powder. Kind of love that idea. I want to sleep with this brush. Is that wrong? Here's the thing. Lisa J was a person who shouted my tiny ass channel out, I don't even know when, sometime last year. And you might think, oh, she's like, you know, totally just all over these brushes because Lisa J sent them to her and because she shouted her channel out. And you know what? I'm not over here trying to be disingenuous or blow smoke about any product I'm not passionate about. That's just like not my bag. On top of Lisa J being a fantastic person, having an awesome channel and having done things for me personally, these brushes are the shit. Oh, everything. Just literally threw something across the room. So now I'm going to use the 103, which is a bronzer brush. And I'm going to take this bronzer, which is out of my Cover FX Perfector face palette. Look at how worn this palette is. Like, I've lost the pans. It's just a whole situation, but you know what? I'm not gonna let you go just yet. This is applying this bronzer like a damn dream. And here's the deal. You guys know how I feel about bronzing and contouring. I just feel like it can look so heavy and fake. This brush is so plush. It's just the perfect texture to apply bronzer in a really natural, sun-kissed way. I can't tell you how many times I've used the wrong brush to apply bronzer, and all of a sudden I've just got like a giant like bronze patch. Okay, I haven't even gotten to all the brushes, and I'm just gonna do it now. BK Beauty brushes, good job. That's good. You know what? I'm going in with more bronzer. That's how confident I feel right now. So the next thing we're moving on to is eyes. So there are a couple things in this batch of makeup we're playing with today that are a little summery, you might say. You might say, Kate, it's September. Why are you pulling out your ColourPop Orange You Glad palette? Well, the answer is because I couldn't fit it in anywhere else, so I'm doing it now. But don't despair. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna be cute. People like say that there are certain colors you should only wear in certain seasons. I don't believe in that at all. I think you should wear hot pink eyeshadow in the fall if you want to. It's refreshing. Everyone else is over here giving you earth tones, and then someone's giving you a pop of color. There are no rules. That's just my opinion. So I don't know if you guys know this, but ColourPop, if you haven't gotten on board, get on board now. Why have you waited? I feel like extra spicy today. They have been launching palette after palette of like every single color you can imagine, like pink, orange, yellow. So this is obviously their orange palette, which I thought was kind of fun and different. I was trying to find something that I never do. I think this probably scares a lot of people. So we're gonna just like jump in there. Also, I'm not like a huge warm tone palette person, as you guys know, but I just thought this looked really stunning. Also, I can't say enough about these. These are $12. I love the packaging. It's that just like nice substantial plastic packaging. There's a fantastic mirror in here so you can do your whole face with it, and it has the names of all the colors. The names are so cute too. Let's talk about the names. Zested, Squeeze Me, Creamsicle, Rise and Grind, Clementine, Sunkissed, Tangerine Dreams, Miami Mimosa, which looks gaga gorgeous, and You Peel Me. ColourPop, you're so clever. So obviously now I'm going to be using my 5 BK Beauty eye brushes. So these are both crease brushes. This is bigger and fluffier, so this is going to be more of like a blending situation. This brush is going to really get in there and define your crease. There's a nice angled brush in here. You also have a smudging brush. Love that. And then I can't remember what this brush is called off the top of my head. However, again, just check out her video. It'll tell you everything. I don't even know what I'm doing, by the way. I'm literally flying by the seat of my pants. I could pretty much look like Mimi from the Drew Carey show. We will see. I'm going to be using Zested as sort of like my base shade, which looks really neutral, but I have a feeling that when I put it on my lid, yeah, it's definitely more pigmented than it looks in the palette. Also, I have to say, with how soft these brushes are, we all know we need a soft situation on our eyelids. Now I'm gonna go in with Creamsicle and just build up a little bit more depth. I'm gonna use this crease brush. I also feel like there's just very little fallout so far with this palette, which I love because I just like cannot stand fallout, but I also cannot stand doing my eyes before my face. I just refuse. I refuse to do it. That really is so lovely. It just gets right in there in that little bone. So now I'm going to take Rise and Grind, which is kind of giving me some like 70s vibes. Wow. Okay. Okay, I know this looks a little scary right now, but just, it's gonna get better, I promise. Maybe. Now I'm going to use You Peel Me because I feel like I need something that's not just bright orange. I just need this shade to like not be orange for me right now. Okay, well on camera actually it looks a little much. Orange, it's really orange. Palette's called Orange You Glad, so what did I expect? Okay, I think I need a drink. Okay, so now I'm gonna take Squeeze Me, which is this shimmer. I'm just going to pat it into the center of my eye. Someone told me that you're not supposed to put these glitters on your eyes or something, which is a little misleading because it's in an eyeshadow palette, but you know what? I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and we're gonna just, I mean, it's really chunky. We're going out in Miami tonight, guys. That's the look, okay? Oh, but no, that glitter is really amazing though. I mean, that is truly stunning. This look goes out to Sarah of Better Off Red, whose favorite color is glitter. So now we're gonna calm things down because my palms are starting to sweat. I'm going to take a shade that's like the shade of my eyelid. This is from my Violet Voss palette. It's called Thanks a Latte. I'm just going to kind of like blend all of this out so that I don't look like I'm working at the nearest carnival. You can't have an orange eye with hard lines, guys. That is just, it's gonna be a no for me, dog. So now I'm going to take that Mimosa Mommy, because I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm going to do my lower lash line with it. I'm going to take this little smudgy brush and do my lower lash line. I'm gonna wet this really quick. This is going to be a neon situation, but you know what? We're committing. This is the perfect smudge brush. So many times I feel like smudge brushes are just too hard, like I'm rubbing a piece of cardboard on my lower lash line, but this is dense, which I love, but it's also super soft. Now that's also a great brush to use if you're using like a crayon eyeliner and you want to just go in and just really diffuse it and smudge it out. And a step away, do my eyeliner and my brows and come right back. Now I'm going to, thank God, move on to mascara. So I decided that I was going to go back and rewatch the entire season 1 of Bloodline. Have you guys seen it? My boyfriend Randy and I were obsessed with it when it came out, and then I kind of fell off, and it's such a great series, you can watch it over again, you know what I mean? So I went back, and I'm surprised that I haven't like jumped overboard, because it is truly the most horrifically upsetting series of events that could happen to a family that you could ever imagine. You know, when you're watching something and you're like, this is the worst possible decision you could have made, and they literally keep making them and can't stop, and you can't look away. What can't Kyle Chandler do? Come on now, I love me some Coach Taylor. If you don't know what that reference is, you need to run, do not walk, and start watching Friday Night Lights, which is my favorite series of all time. I remember I started watching Friday Night Lights when I was on a cruise ship in Europe. I was just super homesick. It was amazing to be in Europe, but we've been over there for months and months on a ship, and I just wanted to come home. So I decided I was going to start watching Friday Night Lights, and sure enough, that was just that dose of America I just needed. Merca! I may actually go back in and tone some of this orange down, because it is like so extra for me right now. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm using my Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, which I know what I've been using every day lately besides my ColourPop BFF, because it just gives me those big ol' fat lashes. I'm gonna go back in and tone this down just a tad. I'm gonna break out that handy dandy blending crease brush, and I'm gonna go back into Zested, which was the first shade we used. I like what we have going here. I just need a little less intensity. That's the trick. I'll tell you what I am really digging on is that Mimosa Mami on the bottom. I like that now. I'm feeling good about this. Depending on what lip color I use, we were kind of getting into like Mimi and Drew Carey land. So, oh God, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna take my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek and Flexitarian, and I'm just going to add a little bit to the inner corner of my eye. I'm just gonna place it and then blend it with a brush. Just a little angelic corner, if you will. I'm gonna hit my brow bone with it. Now, this isn't really a club look per se. I feel like you could wear this for a night out. This is your pop of color. But I actually think now that I toned it down a little bit, it could be kind of a more wearable evening look, if you will. I feel like as daunting as those shades were, and as much as I was sweating bullets, these brushes were so helpful. Like, they blended everything perfectly. It was a very gradual situation. I didn't feel, well, I did feel nervous, but it wasn't because of the brushes. It was because of this damn orange palette. Now I'm going to go in with the 104, and this is the blush brush. I did get a new blush. This is from ColourPop as well. It is a Super Shock Cheek in No Vacancy, which is this really gorgeous. It actually kind of resembles that Mimosa Mami color in here. These Super Shock shadows look a little bit daunting in the pan, but they really apply so beautifully and gradually, so it's a little bit deceptive. And again, these brushes are going to help with that too. It's not going to be like just suddenly color on your face. Perfection. Now we're going to move on to lips. I'm going to break out that Just a Tint from ColourPop. So this shade is called Z Boys. I think this is just a gorgeous nude. You could apply this without even looking in the mirror. I mean, I'm not going to right now, but I'm just saying, in a pinch, you could do it. It's like the perfect sort of tawny peach shade. And then I'm gonna go in with a So Juicy gloss from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Let It Happen. Like, I know it looks orange in the tube, but it's actually just a really beautiful, I don't know if you can hear that, but the ship is leaving port, so it's a little noisy. It's actually just a really beautiful sort of shimmery lip topper. It doesn't have a lot of color to it. And then of course we have to, like, you know, do some highlighter. This is that Flexitarian that I just used on my brow bone. Gorgeous. Orange you glad? I think I am now. I hope you guys had fun with me today, just playing around with new product. If you are enjoying my content, please do subscribe, share, and like, and click that little bell right beneath the video with the parentheses around it. That is going to alert you anytime I drop a new video. Okay, bye.